Hey everyone, I'm back. I'm gonna do a quick reaction here while I have some time. My oldest daughter was visiting from overseas. She came here with her family, her husband, and two beautiful children, my grandkids, and so I was really busy with that, and didn't really get a time to do any more reaction. So I figured I got a little bit of time here. Let me squeeze one in. So I looked real quick, and I saw that someone just said, "Please react Avenged Sevenfold." This is Danny Alexances. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but let me know if I have or haven't. So this is a song called "Hail to the King." I don't know much about the band. I have the lyrics up here, and there's a comment here that says this is one of the few sites that has the lyrics correct. Okay, cool. So hopefully that they're talking about this song. So let's take a listen. Let's take a look. I don't know a heck of a lot about the band, and there doesn't seem to be any information about the band, who they are, where they're from. I've heard the name before, but I don't think I've heard any of their music. And you know, it's funny. Sometimes someone will say, "I can't believe you never heard this," or "I can't believe you never heard that," especially like with Radiohead or Tool. And it's like, dude, wait till you get close to my age, and you'd be surprised at how much stuff you haven't heard. And, you know, it's like that saying that the older I get, the more I realize, the more I know what I don't know. So if that makes any sense. So anyway, let's take a listen. Avenged Sevenfold, "Hail to the King." It says this is an homage to all the music the band loves. It's a song for the fans to feel avenged power. Cool. Let's take a listen. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So, I'm glad I read this part here that said it's a homage to the music that the band loves, because immediately, the first guitar lick there, I'm thinking AC/DC, right away. That's kind of what I'm thinking of. And then the chords came in, and when the melody, when the singing and everything came in, I'm thinking Metallica. So let's go back here. So we got AC/DC here. With that intro, right? Now we got the power chords. Now we got a mix of AC/DC with that kind of like a heavy Metallica power chord thing happening. But when the vocals come in, to me, it's really it's very, very Metallica. Sounds like Enter Sandman. It's got that same kind of vibe. But then in the middle, when the guitar solo comes in, to me it had a Black Sabbath kind of vibe at that point. And by the way, I do want to do some kind of Black Sabbath thing with the passing of Ozzy. I haven't been able to do it, but I that was the first concert I went to when I was 15 years old to see Black Sabbath. So I wanted to kind of go back, see maybe somebody was filming that concert or something. That would be so cool. But at least to get something from that era and talk a little bit about it. But anyway, back to this. So when we got to the guitar solo, I felt it was a real Sabbath kind of vibe. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can find where that is. I think I passed it. Let's just go here and see if we can get like. AC/DC. So the guitar solo starts kind of simple. So it starts kind of like the intro riff. So it's starting, but the fact that it built up to me was the Black Sabbath vibe, because I thought, the early Black Sabbath stuff was so creative with how they used melodies. It was very sophisticated for that type of music, and this had the same vibe. A real distinctive melody. So that melody was really cool. It had a very classical sensibility about it because it developed little phrases and it made a lot of musical sense. It wasn't just, somebody just playing some flashy stuff for the sake of playing flashy stuff. There was the intro kind of lick happening. Then it developed into something, and then it ended up with a riff that went up, and then another riff that came down. It was really cool. So I like this. The lyrics to me are, your typical war, dystopian war lyrics. Again, I don't know if it's about anything specific to me. It's just, that imagery of, of horrible, a war and chaos and flames and death riding into town in armor, and they've come to take all your rights. I mean, it could be about something specific, a political statement or something, but I don't see, from the little bit I've looked at this, I don't see any clues as to what it would be about if it wasn't just kind of a generic dystopian war kind of imagery here. So cool song, man. I'm glad. I heard this. I liked it a lot, and definitely we'll be listening to a couple more from them. Good band, good stuff. Definitely something you want to crank up. Just crank the hell out of it. Anyway, I'm gonna leave with that. And I plan on getting a lot more content done. We broke 10,000. We're so happy with that, and we just want to keep going. And I have a lot of plans for other stuff to be coming up pretty soon. So stick with us. Like I said, we got a little bit of a lull here because we've been real busy, but I plan on getting to the point where I will be able to put a lot more time into this. Okay, guys, thanks so much, and I'll see you shortly.